My name is Fernando Cortinas, 61 years old. I was born in Argentina. I have been living in Spain since 1992, and I have had a dual career. On one side, I have been teaching at the IE since 1992, and on the other side, I have been working in managerial positions in different multinational companies. I began to teach at the IE as a part-time activity. It was a hobby, but then as I was moving forward in my career, and at some point I retired, and now I am full-time, devoted to be a part-time professor. I teach not only at the IE, but other universities in Portugal, 2 in Portugal, 1 in Chile, 1 in Argentina. So right now I am fully devoted to teaching.
I think that IE, they are honored like to have such a teacher because I saw your class and I saw the feedback for the Romanian people that were here, for the adults mainly. So I would love you said, because you have all this experience and of teaching and seeing all these students, as you have already the academic experience, but as well the employment, let's say, or the industry connections. From your experience, from your point of view, what do you think that it's important nowadays for a graduate of a university to achieve or to learn more than going to university? In other ways, like it's enough nowadays to go to a top university to have success in your career?
Well, the brand of the university is a key element, but we should think that a student is like a pot. And the function of a school and the professors is double. On one side, we provide information. We fill the pot with knowledge, a little bit of human resource, a little bit of economics, a little bit of accounting, operations, marketing, whatever. And this is the information part of the game. But what is more important is to mold or to forge the pot. And as we speak Latin and Greek languages, one thing is to talk about information, which is the content, but the most important part, we believe, is the formation, which is how you mold, how you forge the sword. In this case, I feel that there are a number of abilities beyond having the content, beyond putting information in the brain of the students, which are relevant for the success of a student in the real life. One of them is to learn how to communicate effectively. The other is, and it is connected to this, teamwork. As we were discussing before this interview, in the real life, you don't fight alone. You are part of teams, fighting against other teams, and then you have to convince your bosses, convince your peers. You may order your subordinates, but if you convince this, so this is why communications, clear communications or effective communications is a skill that you need to develop. Again, teamwork is also another important skill. How is that we develop this, at least at the IE or in the schools where we use the case method? Students prepare a case, they have to analyze the situation, they have to present, the rest of the class attack that solution, and we debate in group. So by doing this, they foster their skills in work group, teamwork, and also they develop these skills of effective communications. With the case method, also we try to achieve the decision-making skills. Because when you have a case, there is a problem, there are several alternatives, and then the team has to decide which of the alternatives is the best. Because in the real life,
yeah, it's very important.
In the theoretical university, solutions are perfect with commas and with lots of decimals, and you have one right answer. In the real world, we know that some problems may not have an answer. There might be some valid answers, and this is why using the case method is important. Because unlike in the university where we study with theory, To resolve a problem, you have all the information you need. And in the real world, we know that we don't have information. Information might be contradictory, might be incomplete. So when you study a case, you not only force students to make decisions, to work on teams, but also, as we said, to communicate effectively. So these are the soft skills that I feel we try to develop, or I try to develop these skills during the sessions where we discuss cases.
Well, thank you very much for all this information, for everything that you mentioned about the communication skills, the teamwork, the decision making, and that you are doing this through the case studies.
Yeah, and also impact projects. We mentioned that in the later stages of the master, one of the alternatives is that you choose to do an impact project. What is an impact project? Real companies come to the IE, companies that might be NGOs or family businesses, or companies that might not have enough resources to pay consultants. So they say, we have this problem. Can you help us to resolve this problem? And we assemble teams of 3, 4, or 5 students who work 2 months, and they work under the supervision of a professor. In this period, they have supervised 3 projects. And I cannot give you details because of confidentiality issues. But they are field projects. And of course, if the project is a marketing project or an international expansion project, I am more likely to supervise a project like this. And at the end of the 2 months, they come with a report where they present to the owners of the company or to the managers. They say, this was the problem, these were the questions you wanted to resolve, these are our answers. Student gets credits, the company gets a report, and everyone is happy. And this is another practical approach to handle the skills, or to foster the students to learn some soft skills, which go beyond the information part of the game. And they are more with molding the pot or forging the sword than filling the brain of the students with information.
Very good, this comparison. Like the mold with the pot. And it was like this, yeah. But my concern in general with students and with the when a university is coming and presenting about their alumni, they're saying, look, our alumni are working to this kind of companies. And in reality, not all of them are going to achieve like those kind of companies or that kind of success. And I want to ask you, how you, also from your opinion, how can you get out the students from the comfort zone, to push them to do more, or to want to do, let's say, in depth, maybe that's study cases, or I don't know, to look for opportunities while they are students.
Well, because I must be clear on that. Yeah. We do not perform miracles.
Okay.
A good point to guarantee the success of a university like the IE is to select the right raw material.
Okay, so the students.
The students.
Okay.
So with good candidates, a university is like a sausage machine. I don't want to record like this, but if you select the right raw material, you put it through the machine and you get sausages of good quality. If the quality of the meat you put in is not good, you still get the sausage, but the quality is not as good as if the meat has a better quality. So the IE or any university doesn't perform miracles. We try to develop the skills of the students, but there are students who are more brilliant, more committed, and that will depend on the selection of the candidates. And if there are, we make them work hard, and some of them will end up becoming brilliant graduates, some other will be average, and we cannot perform miracles on that. But it is important to see that most of our students get employments, and then of course the careers, they vary depending on the skills and the stamina and the will that every student has. And then you have a very wide combination of outcomes. Many of our students come from family businesses. So chances are that many of them will end up applying what they learned in their family business. Some others go to work for big corporations. I was telling you that I went to a wedding. It wasn't a wedding in Luxembourg, in Armenia. It was my two students were working for Amazon, and they got to know each other working for Amazon in Luxembourg, and they ended up getting married. So again, many candidates go to work for big corporations, and a big number of them are already in prominent positions. Because I began to teach 30 years ago, so young students grow, and they are general managers, general directors, and some others have established their own ventures. As we speak today, in the streets of Bucharest, we met a Georgian student who was my student 5 or 6 years ago. I said, Fernando, what are you doing here? And he's a successful entrepreneur and investor. When I go to Georgia, I have, just because she's Georgian, and this is one of them is the CEO of a very big regional bank. Another one is a very important real estate developer. Of course, he didn't establish the business on his own. He had the family business that was here, but he is fostering that growth as well. This guy we met today, he's an entrepreneur and investor. We were talking about another person who is a friend of Marian, who established a winery. And I'm willing to go back to Georgia because Georgia is the birthplace of wine. So, we keep in touch and say, I want to try your wine. That was a project when I visited him in 2017, but he's already selling wine. So there is nothing such as a one line to follow. Life is diverse, and life is like a card game, and every person has to see what cards he or she has received. And then it's not only important to see what cards you have, but the ability to play the cards, and also luck is important. So I cannot give you a formula for success. But if I see you were asking me, are you in contact with your students? With all these students, I know them by name. When they come to Madrid, we stay in touch. And it's, for a professor, it's very rewarding to see that your kids grow, and some of them go into teaching. I also help my students to become teachers. And when they excel in teaching, you are very happy as well, because this is what you want. You want that your kids are better than you. This is the goal of a professor.
So I see that you have a lot of examples of success from your students, from the graduates of IE. And what would be the profile of such candidates or of such students that have success, this kind of success afterwards?
It's a combination of factors. Of course, intellectual ability, it's a factor. But also another factor is stamina and drive.
Stamina and drive.
I mean, willingness to win. So you say, it's a matrix of 2 by 2. Low capacity, high capacity, low willingness to work, high willingness to work or ambition. If you are very intelligent and very ambitious, you are going to be a star. If you are not ambitious and you are not capable, you should not be our student. And then you have those who are very intelligent but a little bit lazy. You need to give them with a stick for them to work more. And those who are not so capable but very committed, this is the one I like. This is like the turtle, the tortoise, and the hare. The hare had lots of abilities, but the hare was lazy. The turtle was slow, but always committed. Yeah? If I have a hare who also has the commitment to win, it's going to be unbeatable. So it's a combination of factors, of which intellectual capacity and ability, plus drive and ambition and perseverance Perseverance, you say?
Yeah, perseverance, yeah.
Perseverance.
I think I found out the information that I wanted from you. So
Okay.
I would like to thank you for everything that you shared about your students.
Okay.
I wanted to find out more about what is a successful student at IE from your opinion. So my conclusion is, as you said, that it's about mainly commitment and about drive in order to become successful.
Good raw material with the right treatment makes good sausages. So selecting the right candidates, putting them to work in an environment which is demanding, with good classmates, with the right tools, you will have good professionals.
I'm happy that you're saying this because we at Studiile Consulting, we meet a lot of students who are like brilliant, but they don't want to work, you know, they think that it is something very short in order to arrive to success or to the money that you want. So they are believing they consider to do something fast and overnight to have that kind of success. And all the time we are saying to them, you don't have, of course, like to be like, I don't know, 50 years or something, but still you need like to go step by step in order to arrive to that success. And the first step might be to go to a university as IE. If you want to go to a top school where you meet such a teacher like you, from where to learn, to study, and then you'll go farther.
Okay.
So thank you very much for sharing
No, thank you.
with
It's
us.
a pleasure.
Vă mulțumim foarte mult pentru că ne-ați ascultat. Dacă aveți orice neclaritate despre Universitatea AI sau vreți să adresați întrebări domnului profesor, ne puteți lăsa comentarii și vom reveni cât de curând către voi. Vă mulțumim și vă încurajăm să fiți consistenți în ceea ce faceți pe mai departe.